in Germany more than 380 universities, and again it's more than 380, and many of them are among the top ranked universities around the world. And when I say it's top ranked, I don't mean that there is just one criteria for this. There are so many criteria for saying that one of the universities is ranked among the top. So you have many contributors to this. It might be that one of the universities is very well known for one of their study programs, or it might be also because of innovation or research topics or something like this. So it's hard to say what is the rank exactly and what are the universities that are top ranked, so you have to do a little bit of research on this topic if you are very interested. And if you want to apply to a German university for coming here and studying, be aware that there are two kinds of applications. So you can apply through the Uni-assist, where you only do one application, and the Uni-assist office will send it to several universities based on your request. And the other kind is that some universities have their own steering committee where they decide who gets to be enrolled and who doesn't. And of course, I will tell you based on my experience, once you fulfill all the requirements, you will definitely get in. In general, you have private universities and you have also public universities. And among both the public universities and the private university, you have several types of education. So in general, you have the normal university, which everybody knows about, which is usually chosen by the international students. While on the other hand, what is special about Germany is that you have universities of applied science, which is known in the name of Fachhochschule or Hochschule. And in this kind of universities, you have a mix of theoretical education and also alongside practical education. And usually also this kind of universities offer you the normal education like bachelor and master. However, those universities on their own cannot award a doctorate degree, but you can always switch to the normal university. And those kind of applied science universities usually have cooperation with big companies where they offer also internships. Usually those internships aren't paid, but they help you a lot to guarantee a job in the future. And most of the time they are based on more practice and also more projects. Besides to the last mentioned two kind of universities, you have also the film, music and art universities, which are mainly focused on art education. And the students who apply to the normal universities compared to the applied science universities are almost the double. In all the three kinds of universities, most of the time you can also find some programs that offer you what is called dual Studium, which is dual study. So you usually, alongside to the lessons you take and lectures you take in the university, you always have something to do in companies or in workplace. And usually the students who choose this kind of studying programs are the ones who really like to do things more than learning just theoretical parts. The most chosen field in Germany for international students is for sure engineering. Then comes the law, economics and social sciences. Moreover, sometimes you can also see students coming from different countries here just to learn the language itself. So I have known many friends from Japan who just came here to learn the German language and come back to their country. So their main course was really to study the German language. So many reasons make international students want to come to Germany to study here, and I wanted to share with you a few of those reasons. According to statistics, 35.5% of the prospective students have chosen Germany because of its tuition fees. So basically, tuition fees in Germany for universities are either free or very low, comparing to other countries like the US and UK. So you really don't have to live with your loans forever. You just pay a little amount of money per semester, and that's it. However, some of the states, like in the south of Germany, for example Baden-Württemberg, have decided to keep some tuition fees for the non-EU students, which is around 1,500 euros per semester. but still comparing to the tuition fees that you pay in other countries, this is still considered to be low. Most of the German universities have prominent names around the world, and it's very well known to have world-class professors. In Germany, you have more than 17,000 study programs, which will give you a wide range of choices to choose from. And by looking at the curricula in those programs, you can feel for yourself where do you find yourself in the future. So whatever you like and whatever you want to do in the future or learn about, you will definitely have a study program that will fit your needs. If you study in Germany, you can guarantee that you can go and work all over the world because the education system is worldwide recognized. So basically a few years ago it was like the diploma system and all of this stuff. Currently it's like really like all around the world. So basically you start with getting a bachelor degree, which is as a general rule around 6 semesters. Then you can get a master's degree, which could have a range of 2 semesters to 4 semesters based on the program you choose. Then if you want, you can always get like a doctorate degree, which is known for PhD. And this also can range from 4 semesters to 6 semesters. Sometimes it can get up to 5 years. And for this, you always have the chance either to have funds from the university, or you can have a contract from some company where you can also work with the university on your research topic, or you can finance yourself. However, there are some exceptions for these cases where the studying system is a little bit different. So for example, if you want to study law, medicine or pharmacy, you have what is called like the Staatsexamen, which is also known in English as the state exam, in which case you have limited places for international students and you have to pass, of course, the state exam. And the duration which you will need for such kind of study programs is of course more than the bachelor. Usually during your bachelor studies you are taught in the German language, unless it's a very special case like in private universities where you have to pay more, of course. But on the other hand, if you want to do a master's degree, here you have the chance to choose a program where you have also the chance to learn in English. And alongside to your studies in English, you can always have access to all the language courses that the university offers for free and use those courses that you take as a flexible budget in your curriculum, in case the program, of course, allows you. So it's really a lot of options, and wherever you go around the world, even if you don't want to stay in Germany, you will for sure get hired with those degrees. I mean, it's made in Germany, we don't have to say more than this. There is in Germany more than 350,000 international students, and they are totally granted the same privileges as the German students. So you can rest assured that you are treated exactly like the German students. You really have no discrimination between an international student and a German student. So you can rest assured that you are here really treated with respect. And also for your information, around 13% of the students in the universities are international. So you can see a lot of people coming from China, India, Russia, also the Arabic countries, and maybe the US. I mean, you can literally see all kind of nationalities in the university. And most of the time, most of the international students are coming from either China and India. And believe me, sometimes I have seen classes that are purely just Chinese and Indian, and greetings to everyone from there. 69.2% of the students who study in Germany will decide to stay in Germany afterwards, because of the opportunities that Germany offers. You will have the chance to do whatever you like after you graduate. So here in Germany you have a lot of opportunities supported by the government and also by the universities to get funds or grants, help your ideas grow. And after you finish studying in Germany, you have the chance to stay here up to 18 months. So more than 1 year to find a job here in Germany and stay. So you can even switch your student visa to a working visa. And I think this is something really respectful from Germany, because they also give you the chance to be an active person here. They give you the chance to stay here if you like it. And you don't have to worry because there are tons of companies here in Germany. You have the chance to do freelancing, entrepreneurship, and also to work in a company. Also, you have a very solid social system in case also you wanted to stay in Germany after your studies. And the unemployment rate in Germany is very low, so you can always guarantee that there is an opportunity to find a work in Germany. And we don't even have to say this, but it's not just that the German universities are the best, it's also that the health and care system in Germany is also among the best around the world. And not to forget that Germany is really in the heart of Europe, so with the student visa you have access to go to all the European countries and make maybe travel vlogs. Usually as a student you also have the privilege of using what is called the student card, which you basically pay for with the semester fees. So you don't have tuition fees, but you have like what we call contribution fees, where you pay a little amount of money for having the card of transportation means, which will start from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. So with the student's card you have access to almost all the transportation means. So you can use buses, trains, and of course not the ECA train. This you have to pay for yourself. The RE train and also the S train, the local one, or trams or anything. However, you can always upgrade your basic student card to get all the time access to transportation means. So you pay a little bit of money per semester and you will have access to the same transportation means anytime all over the day. And you always have a lot of offers and special discounts for students, like for example in sport facilities, or if you want to go to like places, museums, or for example also the zoo. A lot of places will give you also like student privileges. So as a student, you don't have to be afraid of finding a way to finance yourself and support yourself. So the first option for funding yourself is to find a part-time job or a mini job. You have something that is called Hiwi Stelle, which is something you can find a lot in the universities, where you work as a research assistant, or you can even work in supermarkets, or you can find also what is called Werkstudentenstelle, which is working student position in companies. So the general rule is that you are allowed to work for 190 full days along the year, or 240 half days. More simply said, you can work up to 20 hours per week. Of course, you have to bear in mind that some companies don't allow the 20 hours rule. You can work only up to 15 hours per week, but this is just more details. You can also depend on your saving or your family support, but you always have the chance to get a scholarship. Either before you come to Germany, which will cover a few semesters of your studies, or you can even get a loan for students. So in special cases, like if you have really hard situation, or you are a refugee, for example, you can always apply to something that is called the Bafög, which is usually something that only the German or EU students get. But as I said, respect to Germany, they even give you the chance to get the same privileges that German students get. But also just one thing to say, that if you are an EU resident, so you come from Europe, you don't need a job permission. On the other hand, if you are coming from non-EU countries, you have to apply for a job permission. So that was all for today. It's raining now, so I have to wrap it up. More information and details about the German universities are to come in more videos. So we will also talk about how to apply to universities, how to apply through Uni-assist, how to get a scholarship from that. So guys, that was all for today. I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you like the video and you benefit from the information that I have shared. If you have any question, feel free to share it with me in the comments below, or on Facebook and Instagram. And if you are not subscribed yet, please do. And you can always support my channel either with PayPal or by contributing with translating the content. I will make a video on exactly how you can support me with this. And I hope to see some translation in Chinese or Indian or something. It would be very nice. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.